As the sun rose over the bleached-bone landscape of Enterprise, Nevada, Gideon Locke ran his calloused fingers through the sun-bleached strands of his hair, allowing the granules of overnight sand to fall away. A gentle rattle of wind chimes stirred by the morning breeze brought forth the faint tremble in his hands, the silent testimony of a trauma held in thrall. Their metallic song echoed the tumultuous reverberations from years past, the cataclysmic earthquake that had played the cruel role of nature's puppeteer. In his heart, a quiver of remembered fear twined with steely resolve, the earthquake survivor and the detective merging into one. His phone rang with the piercing trill of an incoming call. The sheriff's curt drawl on the line outlined the situation at the old Caldwell junkyard, a place known for hoarding discarded relics of time like a protective dragon. An oddity had emerged amongst the rust and wreckage. Intrigued, Gideon promised to investigate. Upon arrival, the junkyard sprawled before him like a metallic graveyard, a labyrinth of vehicular carcasses and antiquated machinery warped by time and weather. The owner, Caldwell, a solitary figure hunched under the weight of years, squinted up at him with rheumy eyes. "Nothing right about it, detective," he mumbled, gesturing with a gnarled finger toward a junk-clad hillock. In the heart of the detritus lay the anomaly, a form that breached the rules of familiar biology, its grotesque silhouette embedded in the crushed body of a long-dead automobile. It pulsed with an alien life, a stark contrast to the lifeless relics surrounding it. The rusted corpses of forgotten machines cradled the entity, like some dystopian nativity scene. His heart pounded, a harsh drum against the silence, yet his face remained an unreadable mask, weathered by years of staring into the face of the unknown. As evening fell, Gideon and Caldwell sat in the junkyard office, the air heavy with dust and unease. "Been hearing sounds at night," Caldwell admitted, his voice like the gravel beneath their feet. "Thought it's just old metal creaking, but then I found it." He swallowed hard, his Adam's apple bobbing under the dim light. The room was thick with the unspoken, the walls whispering tales of half-glimpsed movements in the moonlight and strange, guttural echoes bouncing off the canyon of crushed cars. Gideon's gaze fell on a faded photograph pinned on the corkboard, a young, vibrant Caldwell standing in front of the nascent junkyard. Years and fear had aged him, turned him into a relic much like his abode. A realization dawned on him, the ephemeral boundary between man and environment. He took a deep breath. "We'll get to the bottom of this, Caldwell," he vowed, his voice a steady anchor in the whirlpool of uncertainty. As he drove back under the starlit Nevada sky, his mind teemed with curiosity and an undercurrent of trepidation. The silent town slept around him, oblivious to the alien life form nesting in their midst, blind to the shadow of cosmic horror creeping closer. But he knew as he locked eyes with his tired reflection in the rearview mirror that he was at the precipice of a journey that would challenge his understanding of reality, test his mettle, and could either break him or transform him. The echoes of quiet tremors from his past served as a stark reminder and an eerie premonition. He steeled himself for the monumental task ahead, ready to traverse the path unknown. In the crucible of the Nevada day, Gideon returned to the junkyard, an emblem of mankind's discarded memories and silent hopes. His investigative gaze found fresh meaning in the chaos of detritus, the tower of abandoned artifacts slowly revealing the twisted secrets hidden in its iron-wrought heart. The entity lay unmoved, a grotesque chrysalis among the skeletal remnants of machinery. Strange symbols traced its surroundings, like cryptic whispers etched into the corroded metal, their meaning concealed in an inscrutable tongue. At Gideon's request, Dr. Lena Haskell, a renowned biologist from Las Vegas, was summoned. Her wide eyes and quickened breath echoed his initial reaction to the cosmic intruder. Their dialogue filled the languid afternoons, an intertwining melody of hypotheses and fears. "It's biology," Lena stuttered one afternoon, the Nevada heat shimmering around her like an iridescent halo. It's paradoxical. It contradicts all known earthly life forms. It's like we're trying to understand a surreal painting using the logic of a clockwork. Her words, each a brick of uncertainty, stacked higher and higher, constructing a towering edifice of dread. Meanwhile, as Enterprise faced the brutal churn of desert summer, whispers seeped into the community like rivulets of unease. The existence of the entity sparked a dread-tinged curiosity among the townsfolk, sparking tales of dark travelers from other dimensions. The casual, mundane chatter of the town transformed into an echoing chorus of hushed voices and apprehensive glances, every conversation tinged with the spectral pallor of the unknown. Gideon, always the observer, watched as the town morphed under the shadow of an impending terror. The once lively streets now held a hush of dread, the laughter of children replaced with the oppressive silence of the desert. The progression was slow, like the encroaching darkness at sunset, but no less terrifying. One evening, in the cool respite of Caldwell's dingy office, he broached the topic. The old man's hands twitched, his eyes dodging his searching gaze. "Folks been talking," he mumbled, his words broken and fragmented as the discarded machinery outside. "Saying we ain't alone, saying they're here." Gideon's heart pounded a wild rhythm in his chest. This wasn't just another case. It was a brush against an enigmatic tapestry that threatened to unravel the world as he knew it. His ambition gnawed at him, pushed him to confront this eerie puzzle, but beneath the surface, a chilling undercurrent of dread pooled. He left the junkyard that night under a sky bursting with stars. Their alien glow seemed harsher, stranger, mirroring the eeriness that had crept into his life. Back at home, he brooded over the etched symbols, his mind toiling to decipher their otherworldly riddles, his resolve steeling for the monumental revelations they promised. He stood at the precipice of a profound enigma, a path unfurled before him, a path leading towards an uncharted territory that transcended human understanding. The murmur of the town, the cryptic entity, the promise of dark travelers from another realm, all combined into a symphony of the unknown, propelling him forward into the cosmic labyrinth. The summer sun bled into autumn, and the Nevada landscape wore an orange blush, the remnants of its torrid affair with the season past. Gideon spent his days between the junkyard and his study, the alien symbols from the entity's dwelling becoming his constant companions. Their inscrutable geometry danced before his eyes in his waking hours and haunted his dreams with cryptic whispers of a cosmic passage. One day, an epiphany struck him like a thunderbolt. The symbols, when seen under the waning crescent moon's light, revealed a mesmerizing pattern. An unfathomable lore was stitched into their design, a cosmic map that suggested a bridge between dimensions. It was an unnerving realization, a chilling confirmation of the town's whispering fears. His past tremors echoed anew, the fear of the earthquake finding resonance in the reality-altering revelations. The ground beneath him seemed to shift, not with seismic activity, but with the shaking foundations of his understanding of reality. He was no longer just an observer, he was a participant, drawn into the enigmatic waltz of cosmic horror. In the heart of the junkyard, under the stark autumn sky, he confronted Caldwell. The old man's eyes, roomy yet reflecting the ancient wisdom of the land, widened at his revelation. He confessed about the nocturnal visitors he'd seen, their form fluid and ungraspable, dancing at the edges of human comprehension. As they spoke, a chill wind swept through the scrapyard, whistling through the hollow carcasses of cars, rattling the skeletal remains of discarded machines. A haunting melody for the tales of the interdimensional travelers. "Didn't want to believe it, Detective." Caldwell's voice was but a frail echo in the sprawling junkyard. "But they were here, in this god-forsaken place. I could feel them. Couldn't see them clearly, but I felt them, like ice on a hot day." The unsettling revelations clawed at Gideon's sanity, yet his steadfast nature held firm. The tremors of fear and the echoes of his traumatic past found new meaning as he teetered on the brink of madness. He knew that he had to step beyond the threshold of his known world, into the terrifying unknown, propelled by a deep primordial need to comprehend the incomprehensible. That night, under the watchful gaze of the star-pierced sky, he stood before the cryptic symbols, his hands steadier than they'd been in weeks. The air seemed to thicken, reality itself becoming a viscous liquid that trembled at his touch. He reached out, his fingers tracing the alien patterns, his heartbeat thundering in his ears as the cosmic door began to creak open. He stood poised at the brink of the abyss, ready to plunge into the heart of cosmic horror. His reality had shifted, his world turned on its head, yet his determination remained, a lighthouse in the storm of uncertainty, guiding him into the unfathomable darkness. The air around Gideon pulsed with an unearthly energy, a silent overture to the dimension-shattering symphony that was to follow. The patterns under his fingers vibrated, sending shivers running down his spine, each ripple a clarion call from the unfathomable depths of the cosmos. His vision darkened, punctuated only by the blinding flashes of ethereal light as he crossed the threshold. His senses were assaulted by alien fragrances, his ears filled with a cacophony of discordant notes that wove a terrifyingly mesmerizing composition. Reality, as he knew it, fractured and reformed, shaping into something infinitely more profound and disturbing. Figures emerged from the darkness, their forms a swirling miasma of colors unseen by human eyes. He could not discern their features, yet he felt their consciousness bearing down on him, an oppressive weight that brought him to his knees. Their voices were whispers in his mind, a mellifluous flow of thoughts that ebbed and swelled like the shifting patterns on their forms. "Gideon Locke," they intoned, their collective voice resonating within his skull. "Survivor, seeker, you stand at the precipice, brave and undeterred. You have come far, ventured deep into the cosmic seas. What do you seek?" His voice trembled as he answered, "Truth, understanding." Each word felt inadequate, insufficient to encapsulate the enormity of his quest. His ambition, his drive for career advancement, seemed paltry in the face of the alien beings, the travelers of the cosmic abyss. The beings considered him, their formless bodies undulating like waves upon a cosmic sea. Then behold Gideon Locke. Behold the infinity of the cosmos, the chaos and the order, the birth and the death, the eternal cycle of the universe. The words pulsed in his brain, visions of celestial bodies, galaxies swirling in a dance of creation and destruction, life and death on an unimaginable scale. His perception of reality, his understanding of existence, was ripped apart and built anew. He witnessed the unfathomable, the raw, undiluted essence of the cosmos, a horrifyingly beautiful orchestra of celestial events. His mind swam in the heady pool of cosmic knowledge, every shred of his sanity clinging desperately to the vestiges of his earthly existence. As abruptly as it had started, the vision ended. He found himself kneeling amidst the detritus of the junkyard, his senses flooded with the familiarity of earthly life. The alien entity lay lifeless, its purpose fulfilled, its cryptic life extinguished. Yet the echoes of the abyss reverberated within him, an indelible mark seared into his psyche. The world around him had not changed, yet he was irrevocably altered. He had gazed into the abyss, and the abyss had gazed back, imprinting him with an understanding that stretched the confines of human comprehension. In the grand tapestry of the universe, he was but a thread, yet he was part of it, an integral piece in the cosmic puzzle. He stood alone amidst the rusting skeletons of a forgotten past, a changed man. He carried the echoes of the abyss within him, a haunting melody only he could hear. The cosmic horror had left its mark, its grip etched deep into his soul. He was a testament to human resilience, forever walking the edge of sanity and madness, a silent guardian against the alien unknown. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like it and subscribe to our channel, where you can find more similar stories, and click on the bell icon to never miss one. There is plenty more cosmic horror to come from the Eldritch Tales Factory. Stay tuned, and until next time.